Introducing the Virtus Investment Plan, brought to you by Virtus Financial Services. Thousands of investors have subscribed to the Virtus Investment Plan. If you select the Virtus Investment Plan, you will be one of these people. The investment portions from all of these people's monthly contributions are used to buy shares in a selective empowerment investments company on a regular basis. The Selective Empowerment Investments Company, in turn, buys and sells shares in different listed companies on the JSE and other investment instruments. The Selective Empowerment Investments Company can also negotiate or subscribe to offered empowerment deals, thus acquiring such shares at a discount. This simply means that you can benefit from investments in some of the top JSE listed companies in South Africa without the worry of buying or selling the specific shares by yourself. There are actually two selective empowerment investment companies that you can choose from, SEI1 and SEI2. Both are investment companies, but they have different investment strategies and risk profiles. We will now look at each company in a bit more detail. SEI1 qualifies as a broad-based black economic empowerment entity and therefore has access to empowerment offerings from South African companies. SEI1 already has exposure to MTN Zakhele, Sasol and MultiChoice Phuthuma Nathi empowerment offerings. SEI1 has in excess of 44,000 shareholders, mostly from previously disadvantaged communities. And the 44,000 shareholders have invested more than 130 million rand. In other words, around 44,000 investors have bought SEI1 shares. SEI1 targets a high growth rate through equity investments and is considered to be a high-risk investment. SEI1 invests up to 95% of its capital into some of the top companies listed on the JSE, as well as other investment instruments. You should recognize many of the top companies in this slide. These are typical examples of companies that SEI1 invests in. This means that you can indirectly own shares in JSE listed companies in South Africa. SEI1 also invests in global companies. So when you buy SEI1 shares, you get exposure to JSE listed companies and other investment instruments as well as global companies. Now let's look at the SEI2 company. SEI2 also qualifies as a broad-based black economic empowerment entity and therefore has access to empowerment offerings from South African companies. SEI2 also already has exposure to MTN Zakhele, Sasol and MultiChoice Phuthuma Nathi empowerment offerings. SEI2 has in excess of 2,500 shareholders, mostly from previously disadvantaged communities. SEI2 shareholders have invested more than 6.7 million rand. Like SEI1, thousands of investors buy SEI2 shares via a monthly debit order subscription. SEI2 targets medium to high growth and is considered to be a medium to high risk investment. The difference is that SEI2 reduces the risk by spreading the investments between the different asset classes. A maximum of 75% is invested into high growth equity shares, with the balance being invested into bonds, property and other investment instruments. SEI2 makes use of various collective investment scheme fund managers. And SEI2 also invests directly into various shares, bonds, listed property trusts and other investment instruments. SEI2 may use fund managers such as these to manage portions of the portfolio. All have solid track records and are well respected in the industry. SEI2 also buys shares directly in some of the top companies in South Africa. So, like SEI1, you will also indirectly own shares in some of the top local and international companies. SEI1 or SEI2. It's your choice. You can buy either of these shares through the Virtus investment plan. When you select the Virtus investment plan, the minimum monthly contribution is only 160 Rand per month. You can contribute as much as you want, but not less than 160 Rand per month. Virtus deducts 4% of the contribution as a lead fee, which is used for commissions. And Virtus deducts a fixed account fee of 34 Rand 20, which is payable for as long as you own SEI shares. Based on a contribution of 160 Rand per month, the amount available for buying shares in SEI1 or SEI2 will be 118 Rand and 50 cents. Remember that 160 Rand is the minimum contribution. You can contribute more, and you may also invest lump sums of money. Let's look at two more examples. If one invests 300 Rand or 500 Rand per month, less the lead fee and account fee, based on a contribution of 300 Rand per month, the amount available for buying shares will be 252 Rand and 12 cents. And based on a contribution of 500 Rand per month, the amount available for buying shares will be 443 Rand per month. Notice that the more you contribute, the less significant the fees become, and the more you will have available to buy shares in SEI1 or SEI2. Although shares should be kept for the medium to long term, you may request to sell some or all of your SEI shares at any time. The sale is subject to the availability of a willing buyer. Once your SEI shares have been sold, payment will take place within 15 days. So, to sum up the Virtus investment plan, through a monthly debit order subscription, you can accumulate shares in an investment company. As a shareholder, you will own part of a company that negotiates BBBEE deals and buys shares in some of the top listed companies as well as other investment instruments. The value of your shares is updated daily and can be viewed on the Virtus website at www.virtusfs.co.za. The Virtus investment plan could be a solution for your long-term goals.